Hello, world. A wonderful day to all of you. Welcome to the Institute of Global Professionals. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. Thank you for joining us for another live session of Free International Webinar here in IGP. My lovely audience, I am Marbeth from the Philippines, and I am honored to be your host of the day. I am so glad to be with you once again in this virtual world. If there is one thing that we should be thankful about during pandemic period, I think it's the opportunity that it provides for us to gather or convene virtually through this international free webinar brought to us by the Institute of Global Professionals, or IGP. I hope that everyone will stay with us until the end of the program because we have a lot of things in store for you today. Here in IGP webinars, you do not just listen to our speakers, but we encourage your participations through our quiz competition and the Q&A part of the program. In our quiz competition, the top 10 participants will receive the quiz completion certificate that is right after the event. Then it will be followed by the Q&A part where everyone will have the opportunity to interact with our speakers by sending in your questions in the comments section below. During our live show, there will be questions displayed on your screen. These allow you to interact or share your opinion about the topic being discussed or the topic that has been discussed in the previous sessions. Simply share your idea about in the comment section below. In the latter part of the program, we will give you the certification code together with the certification process on how you can generate or auto-download your e-certificate. With this, everybody is encouraged to stay with us until the end of the program because a lot of exciting things awaits us today. I am sure you will have many e-takeaways and payoffs from this webinar. I'm proud to tell you that every day many new participants are joining with us. So let me give you a little background about IGP. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institution which provides social work. We believe that it is not effective to increase one's skill by just acquiring formal education. So we provide training and consultation to generate a proficient generation through webinars, trainings, offline and online courses with best speakers and highly trained coaches from all over the world to cater you with the best learning platform. I am proud to inform you that IGP is an ISO certified training education institute. We are internationally recognized and globally accredited. IGP is your trusted platform to learn new things from the global leading leaders. We are the leading online skill development institution with thousands of learners worldwide. Our mission is to empower people and enhance their skills through webinars. IGP is bringing the community of professionals to grow together and learn from each other. Most importantly, we are committed to serve. We wish that you remain with us in this long journey. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you to the Institute of Global Professionals Free International Webinar. Once again, I am Marbet, a core volunteer of IGP from the Philippines. I am so privileged to host this webinar. With this, I would like to say, let's watch together and learn together. We believe that the power is gained by sharing knowledge, not by hoarding it. And did you know that as of yesterday, we have already successfully completed 334 webinars in various topics of your interest? All of these are available on our website, that is www.eduigp.com. Again, that is www.eduigp.com. Feel free to access them anytime. We expect that all of you are getting a little bit benefited both in your personal and professional life. From time to time, you may like, share, tag your friends, and write your comments. Share us how you feel about IGP and what you think about IGP. You may also share us how IGP is being helpful to you, both in your personal and professional development. And also, don't hesitate to ask questions or write feedback. You may also give suggestions that will help us innovate the program in the comment section below. All of these will be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our Facebook page, Facebook group, and YouTube channel. Make sure to click the bell button below to be notified with our live streaming every day. Please support us by spreading the news about IGP's free international webinar to your friends and to your community. Your support is highly appreciated. Thank you so much for that. Well, before proceeding to our program, first allow me to greet just some of our active participants here in our FB Live and the YouTube channel live streaming. Hello and greetings to the following people. We have Javier Alvarez. Hello, sir. Good evening. And Asherto. And we have here Zabulula Arab. Hello, sir. We have here Muhammad Nazri Isa. And as usual, we have Ma'am Evelyn Wapari. We also have Ma'am Ria Kad. Hello, ma'am. And then we have Ingrid Odion. We also have Aurea Bonitas and Lilia G. Rabena. Good evening, Ma'am Grace R. Adriatico. Hello to Angel Rose San Jose Martin. And also we have Bria May Gale, Abigail Janela, and we have Trinidad Toriano. We have Palas Barman. We have Joe Veloz Abihai. Hello to all of you. Hello to RJF Abio and hello, good evening, Sir Dennis Serso. We also have Ma'am Dina PS and Mikey D. Leonardo. Greetings to all the active and consistent participants of our daily webinar. Happy watching, everyone, and I hope I could read the names of the other participants in some other event that we will have in the future. So, with that, without further ado, let's start the program with the IGP mantra. You know all of that. Feed your skills. Innovate, inspire, impact. For today, we are presenting webinar number 335. And indeed, we are very much privileged to have with us a very able and very competent and energetic speakers, one from Italy and another one from South Africa. They will be talking about setting goals in 2022. This is a very interesting topic. At this juncture, I would like to invite on screen our first keynote speaker. She is none other than Ma'am Nazira Turkey from South Africa.
Thank you so much. A warm welcome from
Hello,
South
ma'am.
Africa.
Yes, greetings to
Thank you,
you,
Mary
ma'am.
Beth.
Hello. Before you start with your presentation, may we request you to first give a short self introduction.
Yes, so I'm Nasira Turkey from South Africa. I'm a financial coach. I am a motivational speaker. I'm a mentor. I'm a businesswoman. I'm an entrepreneur, a mom, a wife, and I think self-motivated individual. So I love what I do. I'm very passionate about teaching people to be financially savvy, to find financial freedom, to set good goals, not for today, but for tomorrow, and also to leave a legacy for tomorrow. So, what you do today is definitely sets the tone of what we not only teach ourselves, but what we teach the future generation. I love what I do. I have been doing it for the last 27 years. I'm a proud mom of two young adults who I've personally taught how to manage their goal setting and their financial well being. So I thank the Institute of Global Professionals. I thank the phenomenal team that have put this together, and looking forward to this afternoon, this morning, or this evening's presentation.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Nazira, actually, the truth is we can't wait to hear from you anymore. So please share us your screen.
Not a problem. There we
Okay,
go.
that's good. Once again, may I request the audience another virtual round of applause to Ma'am Nazira Turkey from South Africa. The audience is yours, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mary Beth. Okay, so to start off, I think everybody sets new goals for 2022 or any year for that matter. The moment that we reach to, December 31st, we'll relook, we reevaluate. And I think I would like to start off with a little saying, and it's not even a saying by anybody in particular, but it's all about setting goals give you long-term vision and short-term motivation. So if you are sitting here today, get a pen and paper and start making notes for yourself as to where do you see your goals for 2022 and how we can help you to open up the doors of making sure that you make smarter choices for your future. So number one, what is goal setting? I think goal setting is all about how you design your life. What sort of a life plan do you want for yourself? And if you sit down and you guide yourself through planning what the correct goals that you would like for example, do you create a short or long term type of goal? Do you have a medium goal? Do you have a goal that is just something that you want to action? Do you have a vision board? Have you sat down and actually built a vision board around where is my focus? What do I want to set as part of my goals for 2022? I think we have had two very difficult years. I know I myself here in South Africa, we've had lots of debts to deal with. We've had anxiety, depression, mental health issues, losing loved ones, losing main breadwinners in your family. So, one needs to be really conscious as to what are you setting in terms of your goals. Is it a financial goal? Is it an emotional goal? Is it a goal that you have for your family? Is it something that you want to attain as part of your health goal? I mean, most individuals like to start gym in January because they set this goal that they need to be healthy. So try to stick to what is your intention. And I think that's where we try to help you in terms of how do I set the correct goals. So, goals create not only a drive, but it also helps you to action what are you looking for. Goals offer inspiration, meaning that if you set a timeline, if you start with the focus that today's January 1st, and by the end of March 2022, I would like to attain, for example, a healthier cholesterol, or I would like to make sure that I have sufficient funds to take my first trip abroad, or I would like to pay off a debt. And you stick to that timeline. That is your first drive of action. And I think once you have that, you would then have commitment. So you have set a timeline. That means you started out in January, your end line is March at the end of that month. And you then start the process of actually actioning that goal into place. I think that's key for any individual. I think as human beings, we seem to get sidetracked. We always think that we start off very well in the beginning of the year, and we move on and we procrastinate, or for some reason or the other we have other challenges that come our way and we make excuses. So we try to stick to the plan, but somewhere along the line, we have a bump in the road. We lose our focus. And I think you need to be not only committed, but you also need to take ownership of why you're setting that goal. I think that's the key more than anything else. So if you want to be successful in your business, if you want to be successful as an athlete, if you want to be successful as a small business, as an entrepreneur, as even just a mom or a stay-at-home mom or any professional out there, you have to set goals. You have to set the map for your life. That's your roadmap in terms of what you want to attain. And I think Starting the year out in this way gives us the perfect platform to open up as to what do you think didn't work for you in 2021? What are the things that you tried or you didn't succeed with? That you didn't put a timeline, or you did put a timeline and it just didn't work in your favor. Look at what didn't work for you in 2021 so that you don't start 2022 making the same mistakes. I think a lot of people say, I didn't do it in 2021, let's just try again. But re-look at that, re-look at it in the sense of, what didn't I accomplish? What was it that was missing in 2021 for me to be able to get my goal for that year? 2022 is a new year, it's a new me. My inspiration, my thinking process is different. I'm working towards, not from just committing, but also from an emotional, from a behavioral perspective. I'm giving myself that opportunity to be able to stick to my goals and make sure that I make the right choices for myself. Next, we'd go on to, so this is just a slide just to say, when you've got goals, grow what matters. Take one step at a time, little by little. Steps will add up. So I think, don't be difficult on yourself. If something didn't work out, don't feel bad that it didn't work out. Just tomorrow's a new day. Start all over again. Why setting a goal? Well, firstly, it gives meaning to your action. You have an aim, you can track your progress. And we talked a little bit about, creating a clear roadmap to achieve your goals. Understanding what your aim is and how goals will help you. So, understanding what your aim is, you have to first look at, what is it that I want? So, do I want financial freedom? Do I want good health? Do I want a good business model? Do I want good staff? Do I have a specific need? Do I want to travel, or do I want to travel to a specific place? That's all goals. Do I want to get married? Do I want to finish my education? Maybe I'm doing my MBA. Maybe I want to study further in the professional environment. What is my goal? And with that goal, you need an action. You need to measure, firstly, how attainable is that goal? If I want to study, how long will it take me to study? How long will it take me to finish that degree? And in turn, what are the hours that I going to commit to be able to finish that degree over that specific period of time? Then how would I make sure that I fund that process? Do I have funding? Do I need to take on a second job to be able to get it? Do I need to take a loan? Do I need to take a student loan, or some way to be able to fund that particular goal? So I think having to know what is your, first and foremost, what is my aim, and then what is my action, and how am I going to track that action, is key to setting the right goals. Everybody wants financial freedom. I work in the financial space. So at this time of the year, a lot of my clients across the board, been in the industry for 27 years, they come to me and say, listen, I got a new year, I got new goals. I want to retire sufficiently. I want to have enough money for my children for their education. I want to get married. So there's a variety of needs that people have, but we all don't have the means. So we all have to start somewhere to be able to get that goal going. And I think understanding what your aim is the first step to then putting that goal into place, setting it into motion, and also making sure that you do small changes to be able to make sure that those goals are attainable. Goals also challenge you, they grow you, they make you a better person. I mean, if you're educating yourself and you're wanting to finish your doctorate or your MBA, that then puts you in a different employment space. So, being part of the professional graduate program, it gives you earning capabilities. So, setting goals can achieve a lot for you, but you need to be very conscious of, what is my goal? What is my aim? What direction do I want to go in? What is my focus area? If I want to get married, what is it that I need if I want to get married? If I want a brand new car, is that car attainable? Is it something that, as part of my goal, taken into account of how much I earn as an income, is that an attainable goal? Or am I shooting myself in the foot? Am I wanting to drive a Porsche when I know for a fact that I can only drive a Toyota? Those are the cars that we have in South Africa. So you need to look at, what is it that I want and what I need. what is achievable, and what is within my means. Goal setting is very specific to who you are, your personality, your job description, your family description. So be very specific as to what you want in terms of your goal and set a timeline. That's vitally important. Also, the other part is that you need inspiration, you need motivation. We all can set beautiful goals for ourselves, and that's all it can be. It can be something that we've taken right now as we sit here today, taken a piece of paper, written what we think that our goals are, and that's all it will remain. It will remain as a piece of paper. And I think ownership is key in terms of you wanting to now take that goal and make it not just a vision. Vision is written on paper, motivation is taken into you implementing it, and determination is what makes it happen. So if you are determined and you are committed, then only that goal then becomes attainable. So I think that's key. Is commitment from you as a person, that if you wanted to attain a certain thing for this year, you need to commit to it. You need to give it your wholeheartedness. You got to make sure that you stick to it, you believe in it, and you believe in yourself, knowing that you can actually do it. Um, Begin with the end goal. So already focus. So a typical example would be is that we all want to look healthy and we all want to lose a couple of kilos or pounds, start the beginning of the year because we had lovely Christmas pudding and, we overindulged over the holiday season. Um, so have a picture, do a little vision board and put a picture of a slimmer version of yourself. And that is the end goal that you're looking at the beginning. If you want that motor vehicle that you're looking for, take a picture, put it up there. That's what you want. That is your goal. That is your focus point. That is going to help you to get to the end of that goal. Begin with the end. And begin with the end meaning put that vision in front of you. And that makes a big difference because you're seeing it every day. It motivates you every day. You're in the moment. You look at it and you think, I can do that. That's possible. And the more you focus on it, the more that goal becomes your end. You can visualize it. It's in the palm of your hands. You can see that destination. You can see yourself wearing this beautiful outfit, standing on the beach, enjoying the sunset, sipping on cocktails. You've got to visualize it. Goals are not just there to just be goals. They are there so that you can enjoy the end result. Staying the course is very important. So everybody again starts off with having beautiful goals and having this whole space of I want to attain a certain thing, and through the months, through the years, or the weeks that passes us, we actually lose focus. We lose focus on what was our intention, the intention that we made at the beginning of the year. So my suggestion, first and foremost, would be is that once you set a goal and you've set that intention and you've committed to it, revisit it every 3 months. Evaluate yourself. Ask yourself, where am I in terms of my goal? If I wanted X amount of money, say for example, I wanted to save up $5,000, how much have I achieved over a short period of time? So within the first quarter of setting my goal, how much have I achieved? Have I reached what I was looking for? Have I gone one third? Have I had any setbacks? Has something changed in the dynamics of what my goal was? Has something happened to me in terms of my health? Have I had a car breakdown on me? Have I had family unforeseen circumstances? So measure yourself over a quarter period so that you can then stay the course. You may feel tired, you may feel discouraged, you may feel frustrated, you may feel, oh my God, what am I looking forward to? I don't feel the future. And I think that's where you actually need to stay the course the most. And I think these are the 6 golden rules when you're setting your 2022 goals. Be goal specific. So if I want that Porsche, I want that financial freedom, I want to be healthy, I want good education for my family or for my children or for myself. Be specific with your goal. Make it a priority. Don't put it on a piece of paper and just leave it as a piece of paper. Set the motion. Be active. Play your part in making sure that your goal is attainable. What's your perspective? What's your purpose? Why is this goal so important to you? Do you need to be healthy? Have you had a health scare? Has the last 2 years really taken a toll on you and your family, working from home, um, having lockdowns? Lots of people have suffered different issues in their lives. Have I lost my job? Has my spouse lost their job? Have we reconnected? Have I gotten divorced? Have we had a baby? So goals can be so many different types of things, but it depends on where you are and what is your purpose and what is your own perspective. You could have a goal as a family, and you could have a goal as an individual. You could have a goal as a couple. Say you wanted to travel the world or you want to travel to a specific destination. That could be a specific goal. And that goal could be with purpose. Maybe I want to celebrate my anniversary and I feel I need to do this. Maybe I need to get out of debt. And that's a goal for me. At the end of the year, I need to pay off my home. I don't want to sit with debt. I have a car. I want to pay off that as a debt. I've got credit cards. I've got credit that I owe. So, people could be in variety of different circumstances, but it depends on what is your specific goal. Track your progress. Like I said, measure it every 3, 4 months or every quarter for that matter, depending again on how long is your goal. Is your goal a 1 year goal? Is it a 6 month goal? Is it a 3 year goal? Is it a 5 year goal? Is it a long term goal? So we've got a variety of goals that we can think of. We can have a very short term goal. We could have a medium term goal. We could have a long term goal. Find inspiration every day. When you're losing hope, when you're frustrated, go back to why you started this. What was the intention that you set initially? um, Manage your expectation. Maybe you had a setback. Maybe something didn't work out as you wanted it to work out, and go back and have a go back to your drawing board, rethink, reorganize, re-strategize. And you know what, maybe the goalpost will change a little bit. Maybe it will not be exactly what you started it out to be. Maybe it needs to be something a little bit different compared to where you were a month ago, and that's okay. It's okay, like the saying, it's okay not to be okay. And that's what goals are all about. You have to start somewhere, and I think this is why we set those goals and why we need to stay the course. That's very, very important. So what are the three common pitfalls? What is it that people do and that actually don't let them stay the course? And I think one of the biggest pitfalls would be is your why isn't strong or compelling enough. You've written it down again on that piece of paper, but didn't see the reality. You didn't put a vision board in place. It's just something that you just said, but you didn't really mean. So make sure your why is very strong. It's why you want to do it. I want to go on a holiday. I deserve a holiday. I need a break. I am overworked. I am at the end. I all I can think of is a beautiful paradise holiday, and I need that for my body. I need to rejuvenate, rethink, reassess, reset that button for 2022. I think look at 2022 as your reset button, and stay the course with regards to what is your why. You're thinking of your goal and not from your goal. So a lot of people ask me, what do you mean that I'm thinking of your goal and not from your goal? Because if you visualized that motor vehicle, if you actually closed your eyes and you visualized yourself sitting in that car, that's from your goal. If you could see yourself in this room studying at a university or online for that matter, life's changed. We do things differently now. If you could see yourself walking down that aisle, that's from your goal. And that makes a huge difference in terms of your mindset and in terms of what are you projecting for yourself. Your goals are written in the wrong tense. So wrong tense would be I think I will go on holiday, as opposed to I am going on holiday. I am worthy. I am abundance. I don't have enough money. I don't think I'll make it. I don't think I'll be able to save. I don't think that those funds are ever going to hit my bank account. I don't. So using the wrong tense is also just as bad as writing it on a piece of paper and no action. So putting down the correct tense as to what you want and how you want it, visualize it, make sure what you want is very specific, and use the correct tense. I am, I will, I shall, as opposed to I'm not sure, I think I could, maybe, I don't think it's possible, but I will try. Those are all negative tense. So if you change your tense, you change your vision. And I think that's where we all should be. We should all look at our lives and look at the tense that we're living in. Are we living from a point of I don't think, or are we living from a point of I am setting those goals? I am worthy of that new car. I am worthy of the changes that's happening in my environment. I think that's extremely, extremely important. This is my favorite. I think if one does not know what SMART goals are, please write this down. Um, it is one of the things that have stood the test of time. If you know what are your SMART goals, meaning S for specific, means to have a timeline for a specific goal to be attained. M is for measurable, means you can measure your progress towards the accomplishment of your goal. Example, short, medium, long term. And measurable, I'll give you an example of measurable. Depending on the age group that we have and the audience that we have today, you could be a person that could be setting a measurable goal in terms of retirement. You could be in a space where you are at a certain age and you know that within the next 5 years you are going to retire. Have you measured what that outcome is going to be for you? Have you been specific to what your retirement needs are going to be at that time? Is it achievable? Have you set the goal for the income that you need during this period? Is that achievable? Is it realistic? Is it something that you know that can be done? It's not impossible, it's attainable. And I think that's the key to what your SMART goals are all about. um, if you were a young professionals, and obviously we have lots of professionals on this platform. If you're a professional, if you just started out your career and you are wanting to invest, you want flexibility, you want to see the world, you want so many things. It's all about I want. But if you did this little exercise of what are your SMART goals, what am I specific about that I want at this particular point in my life? Where do I see my goals 5 years from now? And do a goal in 5 years' time. This is what I would like to do. This is what I would like to achieve. And what do I want to achieve currently? So, currently would be very realistic. Your longer term will be achievable because you're working towards it, and measurable will be in between that. Do I have the funds available? Have I made the right decisions in terms of, for example, I want to buy a home. Is the area good for me? Have I measured the responsibility as a parent? Schools as a professional, is it easy? Do I get to go where I need to go? I mean, we're all from different walks of life here on this platform, so everybody's need is different. My need may not be the same as your need, and likewise for your partner or your sibling or your colleague. So everyone is different in terms of what is your SMART goal and how do I get to my SMART goal. And in terms of how do I stay true to what I want. And it's okay also to change what I want during the process. I've had a number of my clients change their goals compared to when they started out. Typical example would be you've got a young gentleman professional that has just come out of university, starting first job, earning a nice income, and his first choice is I want a nice car. I want to drive a nice car, I want a nice apartment, I want to travel abroad. And a year down the line, so he sets the motion. He puts certain things in place for those goals. And as the year progresses, he now meets the love of his life and things change. So now the goalpost has moved. I don't really want the car. Do I really need that? Do I need the bachelor pad? And now I'm looking for a home. 2 years down the line, now he's married, and now we're going to start a family. Do I need the fast car? Maybe we need a family car. Now I need to save towards my child's education. Do I really need to go on so many overseas trips? Because I need to save for university fees. So you see how the goalpost changes all the time. But be specific about your goals. Be specific about what you want and what is the timeline for what you want. And I think the key would be is in any environment, as long as you stay the course, the goalposts of what that goal is can change as long as you are committed to making sure that you see it through. So, this is just a little saying, the big secret in life is that there is no big secret. Whatever your goal, you can get there if you're willing to work. So, I think we all know who Oprah is. I mean, she's well known, she's around the world. And her number one goal was to be the best presenter, to own her own network. And she stuck to her goal till the day she attained it. She had her pitfalls, she picked herself up, she liberated herself, and she steered on. So, yes, we will fall, we will get up, we will fall again, and we will get up again. And I think the key would be is that as any individual, if you truly believe and you're truly passionate about what you want to set as your goal for 2022, be it anything, you know, uh, a simple thing like maybe getting your driver's license. It may not be that simple, but a thing like that, set that goal, commit to it, stay the course. Picture yourself in a car driving, not just being the passenger. Be the driver of your future, be the driver of 2022. Make the change, be who you need to be. And I think that will open up a huge opportunity for you. If you've had health issues, look at it as a second chance to life. If you've lost loved ones and you never got to say what you wanted to say to them, start this year thinking differently. Think differently to make a change for yourself. So I think goals are very, very important in a number of different avenues, but it depends on who you are and what type of goals that you are setting. Another important part is that you can either play the victim or you can play the victor, right? So you can either be a victor in what you're doing. So, as a biological energy, how much time ahead do I have or how do I prepare? Move from the victim to victors. So instead of being a victim, make a shift, right? Consciously tell yourself, am I accusing people that I don't have money, or am I blaming people, or am I complaining to people about not having enough? And that's the reason why I can't get to my goal. And if you change and become the victor, that means I now look at my circumstances differently. I'm always succeeding. So my thinking process is I've changed my attitude, I've changed my beliefs, and I've changed my choices. So you need to determine for yourself that during this period, during 2022, it's a whole new year, it's a new start, it's a turnover. Are you the victim or are you the victor in terms of having that goal and attaining that goal? The words to use. So we have an acronym, right? Fine. You ask anyone, how are you? I'm fine. How is your financial situation? Oh, it's fine. You don't have anything else further than to say, I'm fine. Fine actually means F is for frustrated, I is for insecure, N is for neurotic, and E is for emotional. See within that fine, what do you identify? And change your fine to a victor. Change your attitude. Change what your thinking pattern has been about goal setting. Change your thinking pattern of being this person that kind of feels that I will never attain it to it is possible. That word of impossible means I am possible. And I think if you set the tone for 2022, nothing is impossible. And I hope I've made a huge difference in what you heard today. Um, I can think we can open up the line for questions. Mary Beth?
Hello, ma'am. We're going to have our Q&A part later after our quiz competition. First, we will have Ma'am Jo. Then after that, we will have our quiz competition, and
Okay.
later on, we will have the Q&A part. So you have to stay with us. Stay, stay at the backstage, ma'am, while waiting for the Q&A part of this program. Okay?
Okay. Thank
So
you
you
so
have
much, everyone.
Yes, thank you very much, Mom, for that very wonderful presentation. Indeed, we have learned a lot from you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And as you were talking, we have learned a lot from you, and I have here many takeaways, just like the six golden rules that you gave us. That was actually very interesting, and then and very enlightening to me. And also the one that you gave, the three common pitfalls, it made me realize that I should always use the I am, the I will, and the I shall instead of using I could or I would or I can possibly. It should be I can. Okay, then also thank you for presenting to us the SMART goals, ma'am. That was wonderful. We need to be specific, measurable, achievable, and realistic, and we should set timeline whenever we are setting goals. That was really a remarkable speech. Thank you so much, ma'am. For the meantime, I want you to stay at the backstage while I will be calling our next speaker. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, for our next speaker today is from Italy. She is a very energetic speaker, and she is none other than Ma'am Jo Wheeler from Italy. Let's welcome her on screen. Hello, Ma'am Jo. Okay, I think you're muted, ma'am. Can you turn on your microphone? Okay. Okay, I think she's having some trouble with her internet. Ma'am Jo, can you turn on your microphone? Okay. Hello, Ma'am Jo. I think our second keynote speaker for today is having some internet connection problem. So let's see if she could connect. She could connect properly. Let's give her a few minutes. For the meantime, I would like to remind everyone, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our Facebook page, Facebook group, and YouTube channel. And also, don't forget to click the bell button to be notified with our live streaming every day. And then for those who are asking about the certificate, we will be the certification code later. after our quiz competition. That is before we end the program. So, hello, Ma'am Jo. Ma'am, we can see you on camera, but we cannot hear you. You are muted. Okay, since the second speaker is having some technical issue, I think we should proceed to our quiz competition now. So all you have to do is go to www.slido.com and get ready for our quiz competition. Okay, we will proceed. We will be proceeding to our quiz competition. But before that, I would like to remind you, don't forget to like, share, tag your friends, and also write comments. Remember that your attachment encourages us to do better and provide you with our best service. Thank you so much. Sorry for our second speaker. I know you all wanted to hear from her. Okay, let's see. Hello, Ma'am
Hi,
Jo.
can you hear me?
Yes, that's better. So we will have that
Yay!
quiz competition later. We have Mom Jo.
Yay!
Yes.
So I apologize. I'm now on my cell phone. So I my PowerPoint is on my laptop. So we are just going to talk. Is that cool?
Yes, that will be great, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So how is everybody? And thank you for the International Global Professionals. Mary Beth, thank you so much for your patience and your compassion. And Nasira, you did such a fantastic job with your talk. And I really took so many notes while you were talking. So I learned so much from you. And I think that's the key takeaway for today is that we're all going to learn so much from each other and to be able to network with each other with our setting goals, with everything that we do. I'm not sure if I can share the screen on my phone. Is it possible that I could do that? If so, I can bring up my my PowerPoint on my phone. If not, then we are just going to talk through this. Am I able to do that on my phone?
I'm not quite sure if you can do it with your phone. Kamrul, Sir Kamrul, is it possible to do it with a cell phone? To share the screen using the cell phone?
Sorry, ma'am.
Hi. Is it possible to share the PowerPoint from my cell phone?
Yes, ma'am. If
Okay,
you
perfect. Let me just turn my this way. Let's see if we can do that. Okay. No, it's not letting me. So that's okay. So we are just going to talk a little bit about goal setting, and then we'll just go right to questions, if that's okay with you, Mary Beth.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Just
perfect.
go on, ma'am.
Perfect.
The audience is yours.
Okay, well, I thank you guys so much for having me again. I'm so honored to be here. My name is Jo Wheeler. I'm the owner of La Bella Sabbionita and the Powerball team in Italy. We are a global team of coaches that we coach everything from, health and fitness to wealth to, lifestyle to personal and financial coaching, just whatever your area is. My apologies for the technical issues today. It's not very good weather here in Italy, so we all suffer for that. But I just want to talk to you about, a new year and a new opportunity to set goals and to, really go after the things that you want in life. Today is a really special day for me, and at the end, I will wrap up and tell you why. But when you guys go on a trip, I want you guys to think about soaring. I want you to think how the plane takes off and how it goes, into the sky, and there's a procedure and a process and a way to do that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to learn to spread our wings and we are going to soar together. And soar is broken down very, very simply. I have a couple of, and I wish you could see my PowerPoint, but I will add it in the notes afterwards. That it'll be available to everybody. So when we soar, we have, the ability to, do more with our lives. So whenever you soar, you look up, you look forward, you look forward to the goal. And what I really liked what Nasera said is that you have to look at the end result, but then you have to do the work to get to the end result. So you have to do the work and set the goal, set the intention, set the opportunity, set the dream. And instead of just writing it down, you have to be able to be willing to do the work for the dream. So the dream, let me just get right here to my notes. So when we soar, the next thing, give me 1 second. I can see my PowerPoint, you guys can't. Sorry about that. So when you guys soar, the very first thing you want to do is set the intention. You want to set the intention, make the dream a little bit bigger, get out of your comfort zone, do something that scares you just a little bit, because if we always stay in our comfort zone, we never stretch ourselves. We never see how far we can go. In order for that plane to take off, it has to actually taxi down the runway, and then it has to go at a very high speed and a very fast speed. And it has to be pulled and lifted and maneuvered at the same time. So there's a sequence. They can't just think, okay, now we're going to be in the air and we're in the air. There is a work that you have to do. So for your best year that is coming up for you, I want you guys to be in a position where you soar, where you set your intention. Maybe, you wanted to make 5,000 euros or $5,000. And maybe you came close. Like, I believe that you set it so big, and then if you miss it, you've still gotten a lot closer to that goal. At the beginning of the year, we all set certain goals. We all set things that we want to do and achieve. I've set very specific goals for my life for this year. Already, I've had to reset a couple of them just because of the environment. So one of the things I wanted to do is I really want to get my body in really good shape. So my intention was to exercise every day, 5 days a week, and give myself 2 days off. And I ended up getting coronavirus in the middle of it. So there's a couple of days that I had to reset. But the best part about a goal is that you can reset the goal. So if you are going to take a plane and you're going to take a trip somewhere, obviously you know where you want to go. You know the time that the plane is leaving. So you know the time that you have to be at the airport. And then you know the time that the plane takes off and the time that you're going to arrive in that. So what you need to do with your goal is, like Nasira said, is you need to set a timeline for your goal. You need to set the time for your goal to be achievable, and you need to make realistic goals. And what did I mean by setting a goal a little bit bigger than maybe what you did? Say you set it for 5,000, but this month you only make 2,500. Are you a failure? Absolutely not. You know why? Because you are now halfway to that goal. So what you do is you reset the goal again. Just like she said, you check up on it and you do a check-in on your goal. So every 3 to 6 months, I would say really do a deep look into your goals. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure you're prepared. So when you're going on a trip, you're prepared. You have your toothbrush, you have your hairbrush, you have your makeup, you have your clothes, you have your socks, you have your underwear, you have everything you need for that trip. Right? Okay, I'm going to be waiting this time. So you pack accordingly. So this is what I need you guys to do with your life and your dreams, is learn to pack accordingly. Set your intention. So we're going to talk about SOAR. If you all want to write this down, it's SOAR, SOAR. We're going to break this acronym down for you. The first step in SOAR is set the intention. Set the destination, set the vision, set the dream, set the goal. If you did this much last year, do this much this year. For me, my intention has been to become physically fit. I have had a couple of days where I've been in bed due to, being with coronavirus. And so I have had to, to say, okay, I need to refocus. Does it mean that I've given up on the dream? No. It just means that I'm now resetting the dream. I'm resetting the goal. So my reset starts right now. And if you miss a step, don't be so hard on yourself. Do it the next day. If you miss it today, do it the next day. The hardest thing to do is to learn to create a habit. One of the things that I've done for that is I do little baby steps, little tiny things to get me to where I need to do. Okay, I'm taking a trip. So my flight leaves tomorrow morning. I need to be packed by tonight. I need to make sure I'm at the airport by this time. I need to make sure that my suitcase is ready, that it's under a certain weight. And and the reason why I'm talking about it in flight mode is because we've all gone on a trip, whether it's car, whether it's by boat, whether it's, airplane, we've all gone somewhere and there's a preparation that needs to be done for that. So the next thing that you want to do is when you set the intention, set the date to the intention, write it down, create the vision board, create, the dream around you, get it so present that failure is not an option. If you miss a day, you reset the button. And I started doing a quick little thing online. It is a Bitcoin thing. And every day I reset my goal every single day. And I've created a habit. So I've now done this for almost 45 days in a row, every single day at the same time, because I just reset it, just reset it, just reset it. And so, part of that for me has been to become financially fit, to become, physically fit, emotionally and spiritually. Whatever your dreams or goals are, you need to take a realistic look for yourself and say, what is going to work with my life? So when you set the intention, it's really important that you create the vision board, that you put the vision out there, whether you do a digital vision board, whether you do a physical vision board. I believe in doing both. I have one on my phone. I have one on my wall, and I have, little sayings around the house that keep me motivated and keep me back to where I want to go. And I have one that I message myself on the phone, so that way I can just quickly look through it. And as I'm looking at every picture or every saying, I'm physically telling myself, Joe, you're going to have this. So what you need to do is you need to be realistic with that. We all want $1 million. Not one of us don't, right? But you can't just close your eyes and say it's coming tomorrow. There is a process that you have to do. And like Nasira said, don't shoot yourself in the foot. If you want $1 million, the $1 million starts with the first dollar, and then the second, and then 10, 20, 30, 50, 100. So set it in small increments. What do you need to do to get to this point? If you want to make $100,000 this year, how much money do you need to make every single week, every single month, every single, day in order to get you to that benchmark, right? So the next thing, I really wanted to share this quote with you. It's Henry Ford. He's one of my favorite. It says, if you could see it and hold it in your hand, and you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Henry Ford. And as we all know, Henry Ford is the originator of the Ford Motor Company. And he was quite successful, but he was a very visionary man, where he saw things in his mind. He saw the end result. So don't be afraid to dream big. Also, the opportunity and the obstacles. That's the second step. So that's the O in SOAR. So write this down as opportunity and obstacles. So you can't have an opportunity without obstacles presenting itself, and you can't have obstacles without an opportunity being present. So it actually gives you the balance. Whenever you go for an opportunity, go for it with all your heart. You've set the intention, you've written it down, you've visualized it, you've spoken it. And I really like what Nasira said, and that changed a lot for me years ago, is instead of saying, I hope, I wish, I pray, I am doing this. I already have. This is mine. And what I would ask you guys to do is speak to yourself in present tense, as if it's already happened. I am already driving that Mercedes-Benz. I am already a business owner. I am already a mother of 3 children. I am already, I am already moving into this bachelor pad. I am getting my diploma. I am getting my PhD. Or if you, this is some of the fun things that I teach some of my people, is write yourself a letter as if it's already happened and you're already in that, because then it slingshots you into that visualization that you are already there. I love driving my new Mercedes-Benz. And then you know what you do? You go touch it, feel it, whatever you need to do, get around it as much as you can. Surround yourself with it. But the most important is set the intention, is the why. You have to know your why. If you don't know your why, you'll just go wherever you want to go. So the next one is opportunity and obstacles. So opportunity, with every single opportunity, there are as equal or many obstacles. Some people quit at the first obstacle. Some people quit at the second obstacle. Some people find a way around the obstacle. Some people go over it. Some people go under it. Some people move it. Some people destroy it. Some people sit there and they don't know how to get around the obstacle. So whenever you have an opportunity, there is always, and please know this, there's always going to be an obstacle attached to that. The greater the dream, the greater the obstacles. You know, if you're an Olympic gold medalist and you want to win the gold, say in swimming, you can't just go swimming one day a week. You have to be willing to put the action into that. So the next one that we're going to talk about is achieve and action. So whatever you want to achieve, you have to be willing to put the action in. You have to, so it all works together. You set the intention, you have, you know, the opportunity and the obstacle. With the opportunity, so many of us keep looking back. We look back and go, oh no, I should have had this, and this should have happened, and this should have happened. Why did my husband leave me? Why this? Why that? Instead of thanking it for what it gave your life, learning the lessons that you were supposed to learn, and going forward, we sometimes look so much in the past that we don't see the door that just opened. You know, some of your greatest heartbreaks will open doors for you career-wise that you would never have had lead to, just because of the opportunity, you know, presented and the obstacle that happened. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to achieve, but there's the action towards the achieve. You can't achieve anything unless you are actively moving towards it. So what are those steps that you have to do? What are those things that you have to do in your life? What are the things that you have to do to take action today? If, you know, if maybe you weren't that successful yesterday, what can you do today? You know, every day is a reset. Just like Nasira said, think of 2022 as your reset button, but take it one step further and think of 2022 every day you wake up as a new reset. As a new reset, you have an opportunity to reset. If it didn't go that great yesterday, great. Today is a new day. Start today. Start today. So also celebrate your achievements. Celebrate your actions. So many of us think we can only celebrate when we get to the victory line. If you're running a marathon, you need to be cheered along the way, because sometimes you're ready to quit at mile 3. But it's that one person that goes, you can do it, you can do it. And it's that cheer, and celebrate the victories. If you ran a mile today, that is a victory. You celebrate that, because that means tomorrow you can go 2 miles. The next day, maybe you can go 2.5. The next day you can go maybe 3 miles. But you're always pushing yourself. You're taking those baby steps. You can't do an Ironman marathon unless you're willing to do the steps in between. And one of my scary dreams, and I believe in setting a financial dream and goal. I believe in setting a physical, a spiritual, or emotional well-being, a financial one for sure, and then a scary one. What scares you? What is something that you've always wanted to do? Mine is, it's called the Race Around the World, and it's in 8 different segments. But they have it broken down. You go from London to, you know, America, and then you go from America to South America, and then South America to South Africa, South Africa to Australia. Australia, you do the whole entire Gold Coast, and then you do from Australia to Asia, and then Asia, you go back to UK. And there's victories along the way. So that is my scary, you know, I've got to train for that. That's going to happen in 2025, 2026. So it's a long way out there, but it gives me enough time to do the baby steps that I need to do in the process of that. So when you're going after your goal, you've set the intention, you know, have overcome the obstacles, you've looked for the opportunity, you're now achieving, and you're active, and you're taking the action steps towards that. So the next one is achieve, active, and action steps. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure that those are celebrated. Those are very important. One of the biggest things that I teach the people that I coach is, if you want to be financially successful, if you want to be wealthy, you need to take part of that and and buy yourself a little prize, whether it's $1 lipstick, whether it's, taking yourself out, for a hamburger. Don't do it frivolously. Don't go, okay, I woke up today, I'm going to go buy myself makeup, or, we're going to go get that Gucci handbag. You're not ready for that yet. So, and also discipline yourself in that area. Don't just go, okay, I've made one sale, so now I'm buying, an Hermes bag. You're not ready for that yet. Start little. Reward yourself. Start little. You need to cheer on your own accomplishments and your own steps and your own action steps. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to rise and you're going to reach. So in the rise with SOAR is we're going to rise. You're going to have accomplishments, but there's also the fall down to that. So there is equal parts always. Whenever you achieve something, you also are going to separate yourself from the naysayers. And you need to be prepared for that. You need to be prepared that not everybody's going to see your goal. Not everybody's going to see your vision. Be careful who you share your goals and dreams and visions with, because not everybody gets it. And they're not supposed to. And you need to have grace with that. So remember, every time you fall down like I said, if your goal is to make $5,000 a month, but you fell short and you made $2,500, that's still a victory. That is still a huge accomplishment. That's where you go, okay, we didn't make it, but look how close we got. And it's the changing of the thinking that instead of, oh no, I'm just a failure. I did this, I didn't make it. You want to change it and say, I am so proud of myself. We set the goal for this, but we got it here. You still got closer to your goal, right? You have to know that with every part that you do for a goal, there is an equal or greater part that is the negative part. And that's okay. Allow yourself to go through those parts, because sometimes my greatest triumphs have been when I have fallen and I'm trying to get back up, and I'm trying to figure out how to get back up, and I'm reworking the goal and reworking the dream. And, if you need to reset the goal and say, look, I have really made an unrealistic goal, that's okay. You need to learn to give yourself grace. You need to learn to be kind to yourself and be your biggest cheerleader. So the next one is rise and reach. Whenever you fall, you get back up. Get down 7, you get back up 8, and you reach higher. So if you hit 2,500, the next month set it for 5,000 again. And then maybe next month you'll hit 2,800, right? Or maybe you'll hit 30 or 35. And maybe you will just surpass that and hit 5,500. And how great your victory will be when that day happens. You'll go, oh my gosh, that was so exciting. So don't be afraid. The fall down is part of the process of hitting your goals, because that means that you are automatically resetting that button in your mind mentally to get back up, to start again, to have a fresh start, to move forward, and to say, okay, we're going to do this again. So the next, I want to read a quote to you by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. We all know The Rock. It says, we become stronger with every fall. You see, every time we fall, we get back up one more time, determined to see, become, achieve. Fall down 7, get up 8. The strength, character, and courage is found in the rise. Get up. That is one of my favorite quotes from The Rock. And there's so much knowledge and wisdom in that whole, quote, because let me read it to you again. It says, we become stronger with every fall. You see, each time we fall, we get back up, more determined to do, see, become, achieve. Fall down 7, get up 8. The strength, character, and courage is found in the rise. Get up. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And again, I will put this in the comments afterwards. So I'm going to put it in the notes. So here is, just a recap of what we talked about. SOAR, if, set the intention. If you could see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hands. O, take the opportunity. There's always the obstacle to the opportunity. There are opportunities all around us, but we are usually looking at the door that closed. And I really want you guys to think of paper clips or Post-it notes. Everybody knows what a Post-it note is. Stick them, everywhere. They come in different colors. You can have hearts, you can have circles, smiley face ones, but you peel and stick, peel and stick, peel and stick. And paper clips just keep things together, right? It could be pink, they could be blue, they could be silver, whatever. I want you to know that somebody created their financial freedom with those two products. So don't ever think that your idea can't make it. So think about, maybe the most insequential thing you could think of. Think about, a button on a jacket, right? Think about a button on a jacket. Here's my button on my jacket. And it's just silly. We pay maybe $1 for those at the sewing store. But somebody's idea, they believed in it enough, created their family the financial legacy. And you can do that as well. Your ideas, whatever they are, big or small, are valid, are worth it. Not every idea is going to work. Maybe it's not your time for certain ideas. And it's the consistency, the action, the setting the goal, setting the date. The date and the goal are very important. And you need to be kind with yourself. What I teach to, everybody is that the goal is yours, but the date belongs to the Lord. So you might have a set intention, but if it doesn't work in that time frame, reset the date. Reset the date. The goal is the same, but just reset the date. The other one is achieve action, and take the action steps that you need and activate. Do what you need to do. Break down the goal. Break it down, little baby steps. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? That great city took years of planning. It took years of structure, years of foundation. Build your foundations first. Then you take the next step. And you might see the outcome, but you may not know how the whole thing is going to work. And there's going to be frustrations along the way, and that's okay. There's going to be victories along the way. That's going to be okay. There's going to be days you want to quit. That's okay. That means if the goal is significant and you've set it high enough that you can reach it, but not high enough that you've given up on the first day, you will have setbacks. But if you change your mindset to I am, I can, I will, I have, right? Instead of I wish, I hope, maybe someday is not on the calendar. One day is not on the calendar. We have today, yesterday, and tomorrow. That's what we have. We have the dates in the calendar. Those dates are set. So set your intention. If you miss the mark one day, don't be hard on yourself. If you had a bad day and you ate a tub of ice cream, don't be hard on yourself, right? You reset it the next day. Give yourself kindness that you are okay, that don't ever think of yourself as a failure because you missed the mark one day. We're all human. We're all going to have days where, we want to stay in bed or whatever. But if your why is big enough, you will take correct action to get you to your dream. The next one is rise or reach. Whenever we go after something great, we will fall along the way. Success is determined not by the fall, but the rise or the reach for the next step. So when our children are learning to walk, they fall down a lot. They're supposed to, right? And you see them scrambling on the floor and they're reaching for that sofa or they're reaching for the chair to help pull them up. That's what we want to do. Is if you get knocked down, you get back up, you pull yourself back up. What can you do today? Look at your goals, re-look at your goals, keep your goals in front of you, see your goals in front of you, have that vision so clearly in front of you that you know exactly what it is, whether it's on your phone, whether it's on a visual board. I really believe in having it on a visual board in your own handwriting, because your own handwriting, that's you. So today your assignment is, everybody write yourself a future love letter, but make it present. I love driving my new car. I love my husband or my wife. They are so great. They are, happy, kind, funny, loving. We love our beautiful home with our vegetable garden in the backyard. Whatever it is, talk to yourself as if it's already happened. Let's play some, games with our own self. So the next thing that you can do is, on my PowerPoint, I have a picture of the book that I was a co-author in the chapter. This dream has scared me for so many years. And the reason why is I am severely dyslexic. It is not an easy thing for me, but every year I've told myself I'm going to become an international best-selling author. So many people laughed at me. So many people said, "Oh, Joe, it will never happen." every year. That was one of the top 5 goals that I set for myself every year. I am going to be an international best-selling author. I'm going to be an international best-selling author. Guess what? Last year, it happened. Not with 1, not with 2 books, but with 3 books, and I have another 8 coming, which is very exciting, because to give somebody a voice that never thought she could have one, due to the way I learned, which I believe dyslexia is a gift. So set those scary goals. Set something that scares you. You want to be a fashion designer? I am going to the Fashion Institute of blah, right? It may not happen today, but if you have it in there, you are programming your mind that one day you are going there. You are going to reset the goal, reset the goal, reset the goal until the day that you have the courage to take necessary action, maybe fill out the application, submit it, and go. And sometimes you don't get accepted right away, and that's okay. You just keep resetting the goal. You keep resetting. Every day is a reset. And I love that Nasara said that every day is a reset. Every day is a reset. If you woke up today, that's your number one thing to be grateful for. And so the next thing that I have is one of my favorite quotes that keeps me going. I was scared, but I did it anyway. It will never be the right time. You will never have the money or the circumstances. The timing will never be right. You will be afraid to speak, do, become. But I challenge you to soar, to rise in spite of your fear. Fall down 7, get back up 8. And I have another quote here that I just want to share with you. So for me, I was voted in high school that I would never graduate. I would never become anything. I would never do anything of significance. I am happy to say that I am the owner of the La Bella Sapienita in Sapienita, Italy, and the Powerball team, which is a global coach of 40 incredible, powerful coaches around the world that as soon as we are safely able to, we will be doing live retreats. And until then, we are transitioning everything online, and we're going to be doing a lot of virtual things. So watch out, we're coming. I was told I wasn't smart enough. I was told that my goals were too big. I was told that I didn't have what it takes. You know what really it takes to achieve a goal? It takes the vision, the determination to make that a reality, the action behind it, that you've set the intentions, that you're willing to fall and get back up, and you're willing to rise, and you're determined to do the work. That is what will separate you from every other person. If you miss your goal today, be kind to yourself. You ate a cookie, don't crucify yourself. Be happy where you're at. Go, okay, this is the area I need to actually work on. Look at yourself through different eyes and go, okay, what do I need to work on to get to this next step? So I just wanted to share another quote. I was afraid, but I chose to rise and soar in spite of my own fear. And here's a quote from Jonathan Livingston Seagull, the book. It says, "Why fly only so high when there's so much air above your wings? You can do it. You are born for success. Whatever dreams or goals God has put in your mind, the apartment, the bachelor pad, the car, the family, the husband, the wife, the education, whatever it is, you have exactly what it takes to get there. Sometimes you need a coach. Sometimes you need a mentor. Sometimes you need to listen to somebody else who's already walked the path, but you can do it, right? And you can do it. Success is a choice. And I challenge you to soar into your greatness in 2022. I challenge you to become what you want to do and be kind to yourself. If you don't hit it all the way, reset the goal. And if you've had that goal up for 15 years and it just makes you angry and you haven't done it and it doesn't serve you, and it was maybe an egotistical goal or dream or maybe something realistically you will never do, take that down. Get rid of it. When I talked to you guys at the beginning of the month, I talked to you about having the Porsche on my fridge for years. I had a red Porsche on my fridge. I'm like, I am going to have this car. You know what it boiled down to? That Porsche did not motivate me. That was not my real goal. My real goal was being kind and being in a position to help and to serve and to give and to be of service and to motivate and to inspire. That was my real goal. I had to really go and reevaluate myself. And we change. We're not the same as what we were last year or 5 years ago. How many of us have our clothes in the back of our closet going, someday I'm getting back into these jeans? Well, guess what? Those jeans are out of style. Get some new ones. Let's get rid of the stuff that's not serving us. Get rid of the things that don't work for you. And let's go in powerfully. Let's set our sights. Let's soar to greater heights. And remember, when you soar, you rise. You're going up. Anytime you take a plane trip, you have to know the destination. You have to know where you're going. You have to pack for that trip. You have to be prepared. You have to take the necessary actions, scared or not. You still have to get in the car or the taxi or the bus to get yourself to the airport, right? You still have to check in, whether it's online, whether it's in person. You still have to bring your luggage. So let's keep these steps for ourselves. I will put this online. I'm going to put the PDF online so you guys can all have this. But I want you guys to just soar. It's really simple. Set the intention, the opportunity, the obstacles, achieve, action, and then rise and repeat. And reach. We can add repeat to that too, because we want to repeat that. And you want to repeat it until you've achieved that, and then just go a little bit higher and a little bit higher and a little bit higher. And, you know, one of the things that, and I told you at the beginning of this talk is I wanted to be an international keynote speaker. I wanted to be able to talk in front of crowds and not be scared. It is scary sometimes, right? It's a little easier virtually because you're like, okay, maybe I'm just talking to myself. You know, maybe everybody's having a coffee break. I don't know, but it's a little easier to do it virtually. But that was one of my goals. And my today is my daughter Cherry's 27th birthday. She turned 26 last year, and on February 20th, she passed away. And one of the things that she and I had talked about is that no matter how much I was afraid, no matter how scared I was, no matter how hard it was, even if your voice shakes, even if you failed and you didn't accomplish it one day, I was going to reset the goal until I accomplished it, until it was so comfortable going online or in person that it didn't matter. And today is her birthday. So it is an even bigger honor to speak to you all today, to know that she was one of the people that inspired me to do this. And I just want you to know that dreams and goals do come true. They don't always happen in our time frame. They don't always happen when we want them to. And sometimes we have to rethink it and go back and reevaluate the dream and the goal. But if you know your why, if you know why it pulls to your heartstrings, if you know the reason why you're doing something, find the end result. See the end result. Surround yourself with the vision. Talk to yourself as if you are already there. And do what you need to do, the action steps to go there. And just remember, be kind to yourself. Every single dream is that first little step. Every single multimillionaire and billionaire out there started with the first dollar. Every single dream and Olympian started with the first step. Every single person who got their PhD started with enrolling in the college. Plant the seed. Let it grow. You can do this. Soar into your future. And I am so grateful for every single one of you. And again, Nasira, you did such a fantastic job of just laying the structure for the goal. And my apologies that my PowerPoint didn't make it, but we're still here, right? We did it. We reset the goal and we did it. So cheers to all of us and to the Global Professional, Institute. What an amazing platform this is, that we all around the world, I'm in Italy, you're somewhere else, have the opportunity to learn and grow from each other. I hope today was a successful learning day for you. I hope you're able to use the tips that we have given you and the guidance that we've given you. And I hope that you are willing to look at yourself as a unique individual. What you have is absolutely enough. You bring to the table exactly what you need, and you are enough. You are enough to don't ever compare yourself with somebody else, because you will always be a second best. Always set the race to yourself. If you missed the mark yesterday, reset the mark for today. Rise. If you didn't hit your goal, you're rising, you're reaching back up for that goal. And so with all my heart, I thank you so much for being here today. And I guess we're going to open it up for questions. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to stick around and answer. And I'm sure Nasira has tons of information for you both. So thank you.
Well, what should I say? That was actually a jam pack of useful and powerful informations. I have lots of notes here. I have a lot of takeaways here. But you have said it all. I
Thank you.
can't go any further with that. The most important word is we have our magic word for the today, that is soar. Everybody must put that in mind, that soar is a very powerful word. That is, we need to set our goals and look to opportunities as equal as the obstacle. Obstacles provide opportunities for all of us. And then we have the A, which is achieve, action, and activate. And we also have the rise. We need to rise whenever we soar, and we need to reach. Soar is a very powerful word, ma'am.
Thank you.
And also, I really don't know what to say. I have lots of notes here. When we fall at 7, we get back at 8. That was another key takeaway that I have here. And the last thing that you have said is that plant a seed and let it grow. That was actually very interesting. Mom, thank you so much for all the informations, for all the
You're welcome.
sharings that you have shared tonight. Those words
Thank you for
are really
having
useful to all of us.
Thank you for
Okay.
having me, and I will post the PDF in on the Facebook page, so that way it'll be posted so they can have the PDF of the PowerPoint.
Yes, thank you for that, ma'am. I'm
You're
going to
welcome.
look forward for that. I'll wait for that. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We're going to have our Q&A part after the quiz competition. For the meantime, we will have our quiz competition. So you have to stay at the
No
backstage
problem.
for a
I'm
while.
here.
Okay.
Thank you for having
Yes.
me. Ciao.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're
Jo.
welcome.
Okay. Now, to my dear audience, let me remind you, don't forget to like, share, tag your friends, and write your comment. Remember that your attachment encourages us to do better and provide you with our best service. And thank you so much for your support. We will give you the e-certificate link in the comment box. If you encounter any problem, you can collect your e-certificate direct from our website, that is www.ediu.com. Then after collecting your e-certificate, don't forget to celebrate with IGP with your check-in. At this moment, we will now proceed to our live quiz competition. Then it will be followed by the Q&A part of our program. I would like to encourage everyone to join our live quiz competition at www.slido.com. Our code is IGP Quiz in all caps. Or you can just scan the QR code on your screen to quickly join the quiz competition. In the meantime, let's enjoy watching this short video. There you have it. I could already see lots of participants joining. Everyone, you may join our quiz competition at slido.com. Use our code for today is IGP Quiz. Come on, guys. Please join us. The top 10 will receive the quiz completion certificate after the quiz competition. The quiz competition link is also posted in our comments section. Okay. For our question number one, what is the best reason for seeing goals in the new program? Gives you something to do or makes you more awesome person and closer to your savior? The correct answer is makes you a more awesome person and closer to your savior. 54% of the participants get it correctly. Okay, question number two. Setting goals are important because they help us. Okay, sorry for that. Next, setting goals are important because they help us manage our time and resources or increase our happiness. What is the correct answer? Okay, 100% answered help us manage our time and resources. And that is the correct answer. For our leaderboard, we have Amelia, Kilar, Villanueva, followed by Eglatina, Sehu. And next is Miss Resurrection. Question number three. In what year was January 1st officially declared the first day of the new year? Is it 45 BC or 40 BC? Okay, the correct answer is 45 BC. 70% of the participants got it correctly. On our leaderboard, we have Emilia, Kilar, and then next question. The four areas of goals are physical, emotional, financial, and educational, or physical, social, intellectual, and spiritual. Okay, and the correct answer is physical, social, intellectual, and spiritual. 58% of the participants get it correctly. On our leaderboard, we have Gina Lynn Resurrection as top one, followed by Eglatin Zehu, and then Elias Austria. Next question. Question number 5. The new youth program involves learning new skills or working with your friends. Okay, 87% answered learning new skills. And I think that is the correct answer. Okay, we still have Gina Lynn Resurrection on the leaderboard, followed by Elias Austria and Eglantina Sehu. Next question. Resolution are like goals and should be SMART. What does the acronym mean? Shape, memorize, agree, range, and truth, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. %100% answered specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. And that is the correct answer. Well done, everyone. On our leaderboard, we have Gina Lynn Resurrection as rank 1, followed by Aygul Aghabalayeva. And then we have Elias Austria. Question number 7. What are the most looking forward to about 2022? Setting goals for yourself to achieve, or getting a fresh start on the things like school and sports? The correct answer is setting goals for yourself to achieve. 94% of the participants get it correctly. For our leaderboard, we have Gina Lynn Resurrection, followed by Aygul Aghabalayeva and Sheila Garcia as rank 3. Question number 8. What mistakes can be made when setting goals? Is it too many goals at once, or goal is too small? The correct answer is too many goals at once. 97% of the participants get it correctly. Well done, everyone. On our leaderboard, we have Aygul Aghabalayeva as rank 1, followed by Gina Lynn V. Resurrection, and then Sheila R. Garcia. Let's have now the question number 9. Question number 9. Setting goals is the first step to blank. Resource management or learning parenting skills. %87% answered resource management, and that is the correct answer. On our leaderboard, we have Aygul Aghabalayeva, followed by Gina Lynn Resurrection and Sheila R. Garcia. And for our last question, what is the second step in setting goals? Specify the standard or target, or specify how the performance in question will be measured. The correct answer is specify how the performance in question will be measured. Only 34% of the participants get it correctly. Congratulations to our top 10 participants, to our top 10 winners of our quiz competition. For our rank 1, we have Aygul Aghabalayeva, followed by Eglatina Sehu. Number 3 is Carla Benito. Number 4 is Gina Lynn V. Resurrection. Number 5 is Sheila Garcia. And number 6 is Melinda Sibil. Number 7, Gina Lynn Villar Resurrection. Number 8, Lason Munandi. Number 9 is Cristina Del Rosario. And last is Marie Gold Alog. Congratulations to our top 10 winners. You will be receiving your quiz completion certificate in a little while. Okay, we will now move to the Q&A part of the program. You may start sending your questions. For the meantime, please enjoy watching this short video. Okay, you may start sending your questions now. Welcome back, Mom Joe Wheeler and Mom Nazira Turkey, to our Q&A part of the program.
I think it's pretty cool that we have three powerful ladies on this today. Woo, woo, let's give it up for the ladies.
That's great.
woo.
Yay.
Yes.
I agree.
It's so exciting. Who runs the world, girls? We run the world. No offense, guys.
Yay. That's
so
great. Let's wait for a few minutes while they are encoding their questions.
No worries.
I'm sure there are lots of questions today. Thank you so much, Mom Nazira and Mom Jo, for that very interesting, very encouraging, very powerful presentation for tonight.
Well, can I just say, Nazira, I thought you were going to give my whole talk. I'm like, oh man, we might as well just go home. She just hit every button. Well, it's cool to see it from two different perspectives and say, okay.
Well, listen, I think we flowed beautifully. You know, it was just meant to be, you know, irrespective of all the technical issues, we just flowed beautifully.
It was really great. So thank you again.
Pleasure.
Yes. Okay, we have our first question from Ma'am Parila Resahi. To both speakers, how to avoid or ignore negative criticism of people around us while trying to achieve our goal.
Do you want to take that one first, Nazira, or?
You can do it. It's fine.
Okay. I try to teach everybody that every single goal is a very individual goal, just like every single person is individual. When your goal is bigger, you're going to have a lot of criticism. You're going to have a lot of naysayers, and most of those are usually your friends and family that you love very much. Not because they want to pull you down, but because they personally have never achieved anything like that, and maybe you look crazy to them. But that's where you need to just respectfully know where they're coming from. Usually they're coming out of love or because it's never been done before. And sometimes you need to be very selective. Treat your goal or dream like an infant child. You're not just going to let your newborn baby be in everybody's hands. You're going to make sure that it's loved and nurtured. And sometimes we have to stay silent, and there's a lot of power in silence. There's a lot of power in, you know, avoiding that. And I think you also have to be mentally strong enough to say, this dream was given to me, not you. So you don't know the ins and outs of this dream. Just like one of my favorite stories in the Bible is Noah and the ark. You know, so many people, I'm sure, thought he was a fool. Look at that man building that ark. What is he doing? Like, come on, love boat. Like, what's going on with that? And, you know, and I'm sure for years people nattered him and made fun, but they weren't given the dream or the goal. He was. And so he knew what he was doing because it was given to him. Just like somebody else might become an equestrian. And to me, it doesn't make sense. I'm like, why would you want to ride a horse? But to them, it's like they've dreamed of Olympic jumping or something. And the dream doesn't have to make sense to your friends and family. I would thank them for that, because sometimes that ignorance or that negative criticism will fuel you to say, watch me, let me show you what I can do. And sometimes you need to ask them to stop. And then if it doesn't stop, then you need to decide if that dream or goal is worth it enough and pull yourself back from them. So that's your turn.
Can I add a point to that?
Of course.
Yes, ma'am.
Of course.
So being in the financial industry, you get a lot of people that deal with the negative impact of them wanting to save or wanting to them have a financial goal for themselves. So I deal with the negativity in terms of my coaching. Is there's no such thing as bad negativity. You could take something completely negative and turn it into a positive in your life, your own positive powerhouse. And remember, again, it boils down to that saying that I said earlier about I am, I will, I shall. It's about them that are portraying their view of you. It is not you that's portraying your view of you. You can see that goal. You already have that end goal in mind. That's the reason why you're working towards it. And unfortunately, you will meet all types of people that will try to take that goal away from you.
Yeah. And if I can add to that, I would say their limitations, not yours.
Exactly.
Yes.
What is the simplest way of setting goals?
Thank you for those marvelous answers. Our next question is from Charibel Estrada. What is the simplest way of setting goals?
Okay, I'll take that. I think you first need to envision what you want for yourself. So key would be is having that vision, and then the motivation to get to that vision. So if you don't have a vision of what you want to attain, like Joe had said earlier, her vision is to get healthier this year. So she has that vision of herself in a healthier form, a healthier body. So she has that vision. Now she just needs to have that motivation to get that vision in place. And I think setting your goal, it doesn't matter what your goal is, and we've spoken quite a bit about it in different ways. The simplest and easiest for me that stands out the most is commitment. Because if you're not committed, then you could talk, and you and I can talk about a vision and a motivation until 2025, 2030 for that matter. But you need to be focused, you need to stay the course, and you need to make sure that you are committed. You need to be personally committed to be able to get to that goal. And if you fall off, get back on, like a horse rider would. You get off. A horse rider never tells itself that I'm never ever going to ride a horse again. They would say, sorry, I'm going to get back on again, and I'm going to get better at what I do. So goals are exactly the same thing. You fall off, you just get back, and you get back better than where you were previously. Look, it's not easy for everybody. It's a lot easier for us sitting here today and saying it. People do battle with setting a goal and actually attaining it.
And if I can add my little 2 cents to that is when I think as well, the most important part is the why, which goes hand in hand with what you said. Is if you don't know the why, if you don't know what it is you truly want, like for example, when I had that Porsche on the fridge, I love that car, but it wasn't what I really wanted, and it didn't do anything. So the Porsche was not a motivation for me. It didn't go anywhere. It didn't take me anywhere. And and so if you are not clear on the why, when the bad comes, it's going to be harder for you to get back up. When if you're not clear on what your goal is with that, it's going to be harder to get back up when you do fall, because that's when the naysayers come in and go, oh, see, we told you couldn't do this, girl. What were you thinking? Right?
I think Mary Beth, you want to read the next question? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I think this is a very interesting question from Sabulu Hula Arab. Sabihula Arab. Okay. Please, Ma'am Nasira, tell me about your goals for 2022.
Well, one of them was to be on an international platform and speak.
And you did it. Congratulations.
And I did it. So, I mean, for 2022,
Yes,
it's been
that's
very, very
great.
difficult to travel. uh, it's been hard to travel, to get outside, especially if I love to travel and I love seeing new people. I love meeting new people, different cultures. And a lot of people get mistaken. So let me give you a little insight. My surname's Turkey, but I'm not from Turkey. I'm not married to a Turkish man. There's nothing except that my surname's Turkey. That's all I can tell you. It gets me into a lot of trouble and it gets me to a lot of places at the same time. Um, but I think you have to be very intentional. So mine is being on a platform international. My goals for this year is to travel. I will be traveling in the next 2 weeks, actually. So that goal has been attained. I have visualized it. I made it happen. Yes, even though we had restrictions and we've had to cancel and we've had to rebook again and recancel again, but I held the vision. So I think for me that was important, is that I held the vision, that I saw myself on this beach sipping cocktails, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks.
Wow.
Is being on that island. And I think from a personal perspective, a financial goal would be is that I have a young daughter. So one of my goals for 2022 is she's getting married this year. So we're having a wedding. I'm planning a wedding for this year. So that's another goal that I see, for 2022. Okay, it's a family goal, but I mean, it's my child that's getting married. On a personal note, for me personally, getting more healthier. COVID has put us in a situation where we spend more time at home. Our work environment's completely changed compared to us seeing clients and being out there more often than what we used to. So yes, we either put in the kilos and we want to be more healthier for the new year. But I've been healthy through 2021, so I'm not one of those persons that's only pitching up at the gym today. So I'm just making sure that my commitment stays and that I'm regular. In terms of my goal. And once my daughter's away, I'm now going to be saving more for this year. So that's another goal that I want to achieve.
Those are excellent goals. Good
Oh,
job.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful, ma'am. You have achieved your first goal, which is to be an international speaker. And here we are today. Kudos for that. Next is from Anne and Asherto. To any of the speaker, what advice can you give to those people who's having a hard time on setting their goals?
Do you want to go,
No,
or do
you
you?
can go. You can
Okay.
go.
With this one, I would do a reevaluate and say, is that Porsche on my fridge really working out for me, or is that somebody else's dream that they told me I should have? That's when you have some quiet time and really reevaluate what is important in your life. And I break it down into 4 quadrants: financially, spiritually, emotionally, family, and health. That way you can say, what is important for me to achieve in all of these areas, and break it down in realistic goals, and don't be afraid to dream big, but break it down and say, if those dreams and goals aren't working for me, then really, if they're not lighting a fire under you, they probably aren't for you. And you probably need to go back and do, like Nasira was really strong on this in her presentation, to go back and reevaluate that. And it's okay to take a dream off your fridge if it's not serving you. It's okay to say, I don't know why I wanted to be a professional boxer, but I like my nose, and I decided, no, that's not going to work for me. Right. And if it's hard for you to set a goal, I think that's when you step back and really reflect and say, why? And you have to come to the why, because if you don't know what's stopping you or blocking you or halting you, you will never know what to pull down, repair, redo, restructure to go forward. So I think if you're having a hard time with your goals and dreams, maybe you don't have the direction of them. So just break it down. What do I want for my emotional, physical health? What do I want physically, spiritually, financially? What do I want for my family? And then set a goal for those. And then write down maybe 5 things. And if they don't serve you, go through them and say, yes, no, and be brutal with yourself. And if it doesn't work, eliminate. And don't be afraid to eliminate and streamline.
I'm going to add one more to that, Joe. So because I come from the financial background again, most people juggle or they fight with, in terms of their goal setting, is what are my wants and what are my needs.
Yes.
Do I need a Porsche or do I want a Porsche?
Yeah.
So, in terms of your goals, be realistic. So even though you're putting a timeline and you're doing all of those things, be realistic as what is my need and what is my want. And I think then you could come to an idea of what is achievable. Because if you
Yes.
don't do that, yes, we all have this idea of wanting to drive a Porsche or wanting to have this big fancy house for that matter. But is it realistic in terms of what is my want and what is my need?
Correct. Absolutely. High five. See, we are a power team. High five.
Definitely.
Very nice,
Um,
ma'am. Okay. Next question is from Evelyn O'Perry to both speakers. How does setting goals lead to success in this time of pandemic?
Well, here we are. I said I wanted a global platform, and I think the world is just my oyster at the moment. So I could have sat back and I could have felt sorry for myself. So I'm not even going to use anyone else as an example. I'll use me as an example. Um, you know, uh, Coming from South Africa, we've had lots of challenges, like anyone else out there in the world. From job losses to all sorts of things especially during the pandemic. And I had to look at my business to be successful and to be relevant and to be able to do what I'm doing. I have never sat, okay, for the last 18 months, I have sat in front of a screen. I have managed to you have the wheel. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but all you got to look at is the different sides of the wheel that could then change your outlook to your goals. So I think the most important thing for me was I was too scared to use a platform. I've never sat in front of a screen. I don't know what it is to talk to other individuals, but here I am on an international platform speaking in various different countries all at the same time. But our number one aim is goal setting. We all want to be successful in what we want to do. I wanted to be successful in what I did. And so I set the tone for myself by connecting and networking with the right type of people, by making sure that I kept those networks relevant. I collaborated with people. I collaborated on different spaces. So, be it whether it was an IG live, whether it was a Facebook live, whether it was a platform that was given to me, I took whatever opportunities came my way and I made it relevant to my business. I changed my model to make it work during the pandemic. It's probably going to be tweaked again, but now I have two versions of myself. I have the person that I used to be in 2020 that managed an office, that woke up every day, went to the office, and then I have a hybrid system. The hybrid me is I'm flexible. I can work from home. I can work from anywhere in the world, but I can still connect with people and I can still be relevant in the work that I do.
Yeah. And for me, I have a bed and breakfast here in Italy, and I've had to restructure quite a lot. And so I think that's the key, is to be flexible. You have to be flexible. What worked in the 1940s does not work in 2022. You have to adjust the sails. If you were sailing a ship, you have to adjust the sails depending on the wind. You can't say, no, we're going to keep going this way when the wind is taking you that way. And for me, I've had to restructure quite a bit. And I have been a coach privately for years and years and years. That was just one-on-one. So now I think with the pandemic, it is actually, whether we wanted to or not, it's actually been a blessing, but it's actually forced us to all become virtual, because that was one of my goals as well, is to be a international, keynote speaker as well, and a best-selling author. And through the pandemic, with the connections that I personally made, here we are today. And it's a fantastic thing when you can actually look at your goals and cross something off and go, oh my gosh, that happened. And last year, because of the pandemic, I crossed quite a lot of things off my goals and said, oh my gosh, this. So I think it's truly being flexible, because like you said, you have, the hard copy, go to the office, you could do that. But now it's taught you that you don't need the office. You just need your laptop or your phone. And, like today, I have my laptop ready to go, but for some reason we couldn't connect. So I am on my phone. That's all you need to do business.
And can I point out something? So Joe and I have never ever met, right?
Never.
Marriott, we've never ever met.
No.
But Joe did not see my slides. I did not see her slides.
No.
But somehow the other, our energy flowed.
Nobody saw my slides.
Nobody saw your slides. But our energy flowed. And just like So give an example of what the person said is, how do I attain my goals? Joe didn't give up. Even though her connection was bad, she stayed the course. Even though the laptop didn't work, she made a plan. So I think in life, you get thrown so many curveballs. It's what you do out of it. So she found the light. She didn't let go. We didn't let go, Mary Beth. I held on. You held on. This conversation could have gone a lot more shorter than it is. I mean, we have been on this journey of having had this conversation a lot more earlier in January, and that didn't happen. But we persevered. So I think perseverance is also important.
Yeah, I think so
Yes,
too. I think that's right at the nail. You just hit it right on the head.
I agree with you, Ma'am Nasira. Actually, this pandemic ushered us into another dimension because before we usually stay in our country and we don't go global, but now we are globally live. So this pandemic is not that bad at all.
Yeah.
Mm, exactly.
So, and that's the beauty of this, is that we now have an opportunity. Just in this conversation, Nasira and I have connected, and we're going to
Yes,
collaborate together. Hopefully we don't know what, but it's now nice to know. All right, let's roll. And I think part of success and goal setting is having the courage to say yes. It's not easy, to come and speak, and especially if things happen. And it's just like getting upset when you go for, drive through food, and you're going, why is it taking more than 10 seconds? Well, everybody's having to adjust. So thank you for adjusting. But I think, we were both determined. We were both here at the beginning of the year, and it just didn't happen yet. Right. So today was the day, and I think it's been a fantastic time. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mary Beth, for having us on. I just am so grateful that we were invited, because it is quite an honor to have this global platform, and to, hopefully if we can just even reach one person and help them with their goal setting, I think this has been enormously successful.
yes, I agree with that. Thank you so much, Mom Joe Willer and Mom Nasira, for all those knowledge that you have shared tonight. Thank you for your marvelous presentation. That was actually, the topic today was actually fantastic, I should say. And thank you for your comprehensive answers to the queries of all our audience.
Thank
And to
you.
the participants who actively participated in our Q&A part, thank you so much for your questions. I hope you have gained understanding of today's topic. For Mom Joe Wheeler and Mom Nasira, is there any final word or parting word that you would like to give to our audience?
This Sarah, you want
I
to go?
Joe, you want to go or you want to
No,
let
no,
me
you
go?
go. You go.
Okay. I think, firstly, I would like to thank the Institute of Global Professionals for giving us this opportunity, and to showcase from a global perspective that nothing is impossible. And as for it being, new goal setting for 2022, we should all reflect on 2021, because remember, you can only have a goal if you know where you're coming from. And I think that's vitally important in terms of setting the tone for yourself. So if you feel negative, if you feel like you haven't attained what you're supposed to do, if you feel, the difficulty of actually committing to yourself, I think today's session would, if there's anything that it taught you, is, what, steer forward, persevere, and believe in yourself. I think that's the most important thing, is believing in yourself, believing that it's attainable, and the world will open up to you. Thank you so much again.
And for me, I would also like to say thank you so much. What an incredible global opportunity this has been, to, be even just a minute of your platform, and to share, maybe what we've learned the hard way with everybody around the world, and maybe help shortcut for them. And I think parting words for me would be, have the courage to dream, have the courage to go for it, have the courage to dream big or small, whatever is going to serve you best. And then, make a solid plan. You learned, a smart soar today. So learn to plan your goals smart, and to soar, and don't be afraid when you fall, that you get back up. And I think that the most important part of any goal setting is to say, I can, I can, I can. And thank you again. So thank you for letting us say we can today and letting us check off a box on our goals as well. So thank you.
Okay, Ma'am Jo and Ma'am Nasira, we hope to see you all again here in IGP.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Thank
Thank
you
you
much.
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you so
Bye.
much, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
This has been a very rewarding day because of the lively and enthusiastic speakers that we have today. Well, that concludes our program for today. Reminder, don't forget to collect your e-certificate after this session. You may collect it from our WAR website, that is www.eduigp.com, or through the link mentioned below. Before we part goodbye, let me thank all of you for being so patient and attentive throughout the session. I am very much grateful to all of you from the bottom of my heart for taking part in today's session. I am confident and positive that you have gained something new in this webinar. The things that you have picked up and learned today will surely be helpful in your life as well as in your career growth. Participants and viewers, I would like to request all of you to please leave a review of today's session. Please recommend our page to your friends and to your community as well. And also, may I request all the participants and viewers to spread the news about IGP's free international webinar to your friends and to your colleagues. Again, don't forget to collect your e-certificate after the session. Our code for today is IGP4863. Okay, thank you so much. The date today, and you have to find the to collect your e-certificate, please go to IGP, www.eduigp.com. Make sure to log in to your account, or if you're a new member, please create an account, then log in using your account, then click the free webinars, choose today's webinar date and title, click the bar enroll now. Then once you get enrolled, enter the code, which is IGP4863. Then your certificate will be auto downloaded to your device. I would like to take this time to congratulate also the whole IGP team for another successful live session. That's all for today. Keep in mind, all things work together for good to those who love God. We hope to see you all again in the upcoming webinars. Until then, thank you. Face the pandemic with smiles, sunshine, warmth, and positivity. Again, this has been your host, Marbet from the Philippines, signing off. To God be the glory. Bye.